Well, hello, sixth grade scientists. Welcome to week 5 of sixth grade science here in Pod 2. I'm Mr. Mauro here for your weekly roundup to help kind of explain what you're going to be doing this week. It'll be helpful for people who are in class, but hopefully mostly helpful for the people who have been quarantined or, I don't know, given circumstances where they can't quite make it to school. There's a lot changing from day to day, so hopefully this will be helpful to you. So, in this week, you're going to go and find your week 5 from 9/27, that's September 27th, that's going to be Monday, all the way to Friday, October 1st. And as you can see, I've kind of broken up each day here for you, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And we're going to just take a quick walk through what those assignments look like and what you can do if you're home, or if you get home and you've been at school and you get home and you need a little bit of clarification. So here we go. On Monday, we are going to assign a bit of vocabulary homework. That vocabulary homework is going to look like this. You're going to have 6 words: landform, geologist, fossil record, geological timescale, fossil, and index fossil. The vocabulary glossary right here is where you're going to be able to find all of the definitions to the words that you need. They're going to be a lot more than you need, but I think if you scroll through and find the ones you need, they'll be useful. So there's fossil for you right there. And we're gonna kind of circle back to that a little bit later in the week, but that is that. So the vocabulary assignment and vocabulary glossary right there. Going back to Monday, also Monday, we're going to be working on looking at the things you brought in. So last I saw you on Thursday, I asked you to bring something old in for Monday, if you'll recall, right? And that it had to be a little bit old. It was something, not someone. And we're going to be taking a look at the old stuff presentation here. So I don't want to give too much away here, but we're going to share your old stuff first. And then we're going to take a look at some of these things that I've put together. There's an old tree, there's a candy bar, there's a rock, there's a Peugeot, and it's going to basically take you through a bunch of old stuff. And then we're going to talk about what's similar, what's different, and what those may all have in common. That's going to kind of culminate in a discussion. We're going to talk about its commonalities, and I don't want to give too much away here, but I think that'll be interesting and fun for you. On Tuesday, we're going to be working on a Geology Jam Board. And so if you are at school, you'll be working on this in a group. If you are at home, you can click on this and you will see that it's going to kind of take you to this sort of program here, and it's going to give you 6 screens, or 6 frames. Within each frame, there's a different type of landform. Here's mountain, click on the next frame. There's plateau, there's valley, canyon, shoreline, and hill. And so what we're going to be doing in school is, in teams, we're going to be looking at using these templates to help define what these 6 landforms are. And so, for instance, in a mountain, you would take a sticky note and you would write, the definition of mountain, right? As you were able to find it in your glossary or anywhere. And then that sticky note would kind of show up there, and then you can move that under there. All right, obviously you wouldn't write the actual words, the definition of mountain, you'd write the actual definition of mountain. You'd describe it using a sticky note here, you'd rock some pictures here, some real world examples, and maybe even some locations on Earth. So I'm going to get rid of that there. And if you're home, you can choose 1 or 2, or if you're, feeling motivated, all of them, or as many as you'd like to go through and do that. That will be good. But that's what we're going to be working on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we are going on a road trip. What I mean by that is that we are going to be, looking at, this didn't format the way I wanted it to. we're going to be looking at 5 different trips. This is going to look, I'll clean this up a little bit here for the time by Wednesday gets here, but we're going to be looking at taking road trips in 5 different places in the country, or in the world, I should say. And one of those is from the Lehigh Valley to Disney World. One of those is in China to all the way to Russia, Portugal to Finland, South Africa to Egypt, and Chile to Venezuela. Along the way, you and your partners using Google Earth or Google Maps will come across landforms. And what I'd like for you to do is just kind of document which landforms get in your way. Not that you can't pass through them, but the ones that you kind of experience and observe on that journey and using Google Maps or Google Earth. Write down what they are. We're going to be sharing those out on Wednesday. Okay. On Thursday, we are going to have a little bit of a mini virtual field trip. And what I mean by that is that we will be traveling to any number of different national parks here. All right, so we've got Kenai, we've got Hawaii, we've got Carlsbad, we've got Bryce Canyon, and Dry Tortugas. And so each of these national parks offers us up a different type of landform, a different type of experience. And let's see here. Let's just go to the Kenai Fords here. I think you'll find this fairly interesting.
1,000 miles north of the continental United States.
We're going to skip that for now.
Look down. You're standing above a crevasse on Exit Glacier.
But you'll see
Exit Glacier is one of the most visited parts of the park.
We're being kind of
very few people.
We're being kind of guided through this experience, and so we can climb into the crevasse, and then we can kind of look around and have a 3D experience. All right, we can travel to watch a glacier melt. All different types of ways to experience these national parks. And so I don't want to go through all of this with you, but I did want to give you kind of an example. And so we're going to do that for a bit on Thursday. Other things we'll be doing on Thursday is reading a What is Geology article. And that article is going to answer some of the questions that you'll need to respond to in this Geology in Your Life discussion. Now, most times, all times really, when we have an article that we need to read, the read aloud will be available for you also. And what that means is some students learn better when they are listening rather than actually reading. And so I've kind of read this article for you, and you can go ahead and listen to that instead of read it, and hopefully that'll be helpful to you. So that is the article. That is the read aloud of the article. These are the mini field trips, and then down here at the end of the day we'll have a comment or discussion that I would like you to answer. And essentially what that question is in what ways does geology affect your life? Provide at least one example and tell us about it. And so I'd like you to write at least 3 well-written sentences, boom, right here. So geology has affected my life, and then you're going to kind of respond to that. So that is what I'd like from you there. And the article because it has a lot of examples in there that I think you'll find helpful. So that is going to be Thursday. Then on Friday, we are going to have what we call a geology vocabulary quick check. And what that is just making sure that on Monday, when you did the vocabulary homework, you did it correctly, you wrote it down, you either printed it out, glued it into your notebook, and we'll be going over that in class. But the easiest way to do that is to follow the instructions and make sure you did it, so that when it comes time for the vocabulary quick check on Friday, you can then use those notes to answer a 6-question kind of assessment, really, to make sure that you're kind of on top of your game when it comes to understanding the words that we've been using all week in class. Afterwards, we're going to be breaking up into a fossil team activity. And so I don't want to give too much away here, but we're going to be rearranging outcrops of fossils and layers of earth to determine what is going on. And so you're going to kind of take your, oh no, what is that? Okay. You're going to kind of take, this isn't going to work well with my mouse the way it is, but you're going to kind of take that and you're going to kind of move it around so that it works for you. So you're able to answer the questions. You're going to line up the rock layers correctly. And then based on that, in teams, we're going to be kind of talking out some of these questions. Why did we have to rearrange the outcrops? And a lot of these questions are going to be scratching the surface of what we know, and we might not know the answers, but we're going to give our best shot, and then we're going to kind of discuss them at the end of class. So that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be taking analysis questions, and it should be helpful to us in our understanding of geology and landforms, and as we start to dive into fossils. One thing we learned really quickly last week was that a lot of times things change. And, just like I posted a website last week and it didn't quite work, it was blocked for whatever reason. There are times when I may need to send out a message to you halfway through the week and switch things up. Adaptability and flexibility here are the key terms. And as always, if you have any questions, please just look me up and send me a message. All right. I hope everyone's well. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I hope if you're quarantined that maybe we'll see you soon. And I'll see everyone else on bright and early Monday morning. See you then, guys. Bye.